Hey guys, what's going on? It's Don here from Novaspirit Tech, and today I'm going to be showing you guys what's in my 10-inch rack server. Now, before we begin, I do got to say that this video is actually sponsored by ARM. Now, they're actually going to be hosting one of their largest events of the year called the ARM Dev Summit in October 26, 2022. And a lot of leading industry experts will be joining this event as well, talking about IoT devices, AI, machine learning, laptops, anything that has to do with ARM. So I'm super excited for that. Now, what's cool is that this event will actually be virtual. So that means you could join in the comfort of your own home. Now, this event is also free, so I'm going to leave all the links down in the description below so you guys could get your attendance as soon as possible because it's coming very soon. And they also have workshops that's going to happen around November 8th and November 9th, so you want to secure your seats for those as well. Now, I'm going to be attending this event and I'm going to try to report as much as I can on Twitter. But yes, you're going to see some tweets from me as well as some stories in regards to this ARM Dev Summit. Again, everything will be linked down in the description below, so if you guys are interested, be sure to hit up the link and sign up right away. Now, back to the video. Now, this has been in the making for about 5 to 6 months, and I actually have previous videos of the case and some of the server stuff that I have in here, but I'm gonna go through everything from top to bottom to show you guys what I have done so far. Now, I would like to say that this is about 80 to 90% complete. I'm still missing 1 or 2 components, and having a 10-inch server is not the easiest to obtain part. You do need a 3D printer to practically print everything to fit in here, and that's what I have done. So to begin, I'm going to open up this door to show you guys what I have done so far. Now, on the top, we have our patch panel. Now, in the previous videos, you guys did say to use keystones instead of using a patch panel, which I 100% agree. Just taking this apart to do this video, I had to detach all the 110 punch downs just so I can move the server over here because I have this in a live environment. Anyway, I do have a couple of ports being used right now. The first 2 ports is being used for Wi-Fi and router. So they come in and they go into a router. I don't have the plugs right now, but I do have them like around. I just didn't plug them in. It doesn't look pretty, not like this. Then I have my 2 ports over here, which is port 11 and port 12 for my 10 gigabit network. One of them goes to my workbench, and the other one actually goes to the front of the house, which is not a 10 gigabit Ethernet yet, but it will be soon. You know, eventually I'll upgrade to that point. Then I have my switch. Again, if you want to know more about this, I do have a video about this. This is a 2.5 gigabit switch with 2 10 gigabit ports, and that's what's running everything over here. And then underneath, this is the cool part of it. I have a Tinker board right over here, which runs Rock 3328, I believe, the ARM CPU. Now, this is considered what I call my back door. I have Tailscale installed, and I also have Rustdesk installed, just in case something happens to my internet or my WireGuard or something that allows me to get into my house and it doesn't work. I have a backdoor to get in to repair or reboot whatever I need to reboot. So this is my backdoor CPU that I always leave running. Next to that is my Raspberry Pi 4, which is the VM environment, the Proxmox, where I currently have, I think, Fedora 37, which is something I'm testing right now, Ubuntu, and Arch Linux, which was on a previous video recently, on this Proxmox Raspberry Pi 4. So this shelf is populated just for ARM boards. Then I have a mini PC underneath with its own little 1.5U cover. Now this is, again, 3D printed, and these are very hard to find. I'll leave all the links down in the description below for Thingiverse, so you guys could follow if you need different things like this as well. But I also punched out a hole over here and put an RJ45 jack over here just so I don't have to run a cable to the back. So this runs to my mini PC in the back, and then I still have the power button and USBs up in the front. Now, last but not least, I have a little tray here. So this tray, I do eventually want to move my Pi hosted server here. Right now it's currently running on my the Desk Pi case, which allows for SSD and everything. So I do eventually want to move it to this last tray and then just have it sit horizontally over here. Or I might take it apart and print another 1U like this and then kind of like spread it around. I'm not too sure yet, but I do eventually want to move my Pi hosted to this area and then populate it as well. Then, because this is a 1U1/2, I have a little bit of a half rack on the bottom, which allows for like power cords and stuff like that. So it gives me a little bit of room to put the power bricks and all that stuff. Now, As far as power delivery, I did make a video on that. I'm just using a little surge protector with 3 2.4 amp USB output, which will power these 2 Raspberry Pis, as well as the Pi hosted server once I put it in here. So I do have room for power delivery. I opted this way instead of going power over Ethernet, just because I like this switch a lot better, because it's a lot faster, and it's a managed switch, so I'm able to close and turn on ports, or if I wanted to do other management with it, I can. And that's basically about it for my 10-inch rack server. Now, other than the Pi hosted server that I want to put on the bottom, I might eventually want to put a backup server. Not necessarily a NAS, but just something that I could store 6 or 8 terabytes of data as a backup, so I have another location of all my footages for YouTube and stuff like that. So eventually that might come down the road, but other than that, this 6U 10-inch rack is fully populated, minus the Pi hosted that I put in here in the future. Anyway, that is it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Again, all the links will be down in the description below. Remember to take a look at that ARM Dev Summit. It's something, if you guys are interested in, sign up right away. If you guys are interested in anything we talked about in this video, or components that you are interested about, leave a comment down below or join my Discord. I do have a playlist of this whole thing, so some of the components are already on there. If you guys are new to this channel, consider subscribing and also hit that bell notification icon so you know when the next video is going to be out. And as I say in my nerd cave, hack till it hurts.